Extra Point with Jim Thunderbird and head coach Grant Redhead.
Welcome into the Extra Point, the final Extra Point of the season, probably, unless something changes between now and next week. But, Coach, I tell you what, 2 really good weeks. When I looked at the season to start, those were the 2, PH, Liberty. Man, those are back-to-back and on the road like they always are, 2 big weeks, and, man, we came out of those nicely.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, we had 2 strains of those. We had Wasion and Archibald back-to-back, and then we had these 2.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, well, it's you just got to go into everyone and do the best you can. And, I knew that they were going to have trouble with the passing game, and, we're the best in our area at it. And defense played well against PH, so I liked the way we were playing. And it came out to be a real barn burner.
Boy, it did. You had a couple turnovers that you converted to touchdowns. That's becoming a habit nowadays, too. That's a good habit, too.
Yeah, that is a good one.
You know what I mean?
The kids are finally, putting it into practice. We talk about, hey, you see that ball on the ground, scoop and score.
Yeah.
Scoop and score. Just don't fall on it. Try and get points out of it. What's the worst that can happen? They get it back for a huge loss.
Yeah.
Or one of your teammates gets it. So they're starting to do that. And Dom James, he took one, and Logan Clemens took the other.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it was fun to watch. It really was. Now, that night, over in Liberty, you guys were up. You were controlling the game. All of a sudden, you're up 2 touchdowns. All of a sudden, you're tied, and we got 2 minutes left to go in the game. And everybody I can tell you on the Liberty side said, we got this one, okay? They're going to fold like a tent. We're going to pull this out at the end. And all of a sudden, man, you guys just took the ball, took it right down and scored. That didn't make you feel good, I think.
It did, and we scored faster than I wanted to.
Sure.
And I wanted to leave no time on the clock. But, we were looking at it. I said, get me in the field goal range for sure. Evan Smith's good from about 15, so that's a 22-yarder, 23-yarder. And then, we practiced this week, and he's all the way good out to the 20, which is 32-yarder. So,
okay. Right.
we knew we had a field goal. I said, you just got to get it in the middle and help him out. And, my OC, Tom Gooder, said, no, we're going to score. We'll just score here. And real calm, and we were all calm. I mean, the kids were excited. I told them before, I said, if we score, everybody stay on the sidelines. Don't come off the sidelines. We don't need a penalty. Mm-hmm. We did all those prep, just like we had been there before. And, a lot of us coaches have. So kids did a good job in the situation, and it was good. It was nice.
Man, these guys have just grown up so far throughout this year, Coach. It's been fun to watch them because earlier on in the season, you scratched your head and said, oh, boy, what's going to happen? And then all of a sudden, it's just like the light bulbs went off, and they've got this thing figured out.
Yeah. After Fairview, it was the lowest of the low because, we're calling things. The kids, we're missing blocks. We're not catching passes.
Yeah.
We're missing tackles. We're doing all those things that young kids do.
Yep.
And I don't know. We just got to keep hammering. We got to keep the wheels on the cart. Let's keep it going, and then we come back and beat Swanton, and then we come back and beat PH, and then we come and we beat Liberty, and since I've been here, those are the worst 3 losses we've had.
Yeah,
and we beat them all.
Yep.
In the same year, and that same thing happened when I was second-year program in my second year at the program I built in Florida. So, the kids are getting there. They're enjoying the team concept. This is more of a team that I've had since I've been here. Last year those seniors did a great job in stepping forward. And then this year, the kids have just come together and they're taking it to the next step.
Yeah, boy, it has been fun to watch them, there's no doubt. You look back right now, the thing you said last week, Fairview is going to be the most difficult loss. If you take the numbers and work them out, a win at Fairview has you right there in the spot for a playoff.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Which is disappointing, and the odds are kind of long to be able to get in and work your way back in. But there's still a hope for Friday night getting in the playoffs for week number 11.
Yeah. It's not out of the question. We win. That's got to happen. Number 1.
Yep.
Number 2, what gives us help is Woodward. Woodward's going for 6-4. They're 5-4 right now. They're playing Division II start that's 6-3 right now, and they've got a good shot against them. When you look at how they beat common opponents, Woodward's blowing those people out and starts having close games. So they're playing for the league title. They win. That's huge points for us.
Yeah. Right.
And if Swanton pulls out an upset against Archibald, that's huge. People we beat. you know, giving us second level points. So, you know, Firelands loses, Oberlin Firelands, that helps. You know, that'll put us in. Bellevue's playing Clyde. That's a big rival. So, you know, the way this season's gone, you know, I like my my luck. I'm going to roll the dice, and I'm going to hopefully be in the playoffs next week.
Good news is it's not really on your mind at all. You know, you really don't have this thing on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah,
you knew every scenario pretty much,
Yeah,
Coach. You could probably take it down to about 1,000th right now.
Yeah, I can get it close, and that's what we do. It's we're creatures of habit.
Oh, heck yeah.
I told the kids no matter what, Monday we're coming in. Either we're coming into practice or we're coming in to turn in our helmets and shoulder pads. Hopefully it's the better, but, you know, it's still, you know, we doubled the wins. You know, we're looking to double the wins from last year. Got things on, you know, the train's on the track, and, you know, we're moving full steam ahead.
Yeah, that's the good news. All right, well, it's been a fun season. We've got one more left. That's Evergreen. We'll talk about that when we come back. You're watching The Extra Point here on BMU TV. All right, Coach, you got one more left. It's like we always say, when you play the first one, the season's over. It just blew by. Did it blow by for you guys this year too?
Yeah, this is number 23, and I can't believe I've been doing it that long.
It is
22 in high school and a year in college, and it's just they start to blur together. There's great moments that you always remember and out of everything, but yeah, season's gone quick, and you know, unfortunately, it's week 10, and you know, we're playing our last regular season game. Hopefully I can say regular season and postseason.
Yeah, that would be nice to be able to open it up that way. You know, the good news is, though, you do have a young team. You got a nice core coming back for next year. You always look at that quarterback spot. I mean, it's been so nice the way that Zach's progressed this year, and to watch him grow into this job. But you're not bare in that spot. A lot of teams lose a guy like Novus, and the next year then it's like, oh my gosh, we got to start from ground zero. You got a couple kids in the wings maybe that could step up next year, the challenge too. So that helps for next year as well, you know? Oh
yeah, Nate Miller and Cannon Lamberson, both are quarterbacks. Nate's the guy that we've been getting reps in some of these blowout games, and you know, Nate's started at safety since Swanton last year, so he's a seasoned varsity player.
Heck yeah.
Had a lot of reps there, and I think he'll be ready, and Cannon will be able to step in and be a good quarterback when his time comes. So, you know, if you're a smart coach, you think ahead.
Yeah.
I got to deal with what I have right now, but I got to develop the teams as they come and keep developing kids as we go. Even their freshmen, I got to look to their junior and senior year and find out where they're going to fit and keep progressing them. You know, you just can't live in the moment and say, okay, let's do this, and not think to next year or the year after that, because if you do, it's when you come in and you're 0-10 next year, and you have a horrible season, and everything goes wrong. So, you know, we're doing a good job getting kids reps and preparing them for the future.
Yeah. All right, we've got one more, and you can't get past this one, especially if you want a week 11. You can't fall on your face against an Evergreen team, and this is a young team as well, but they're getting better too as things go.
Yeah, they've got 4 wins. You know, a couple of them are TAC, the Toledo Athletic Conference teams, and you know, Montpelier's won, and they haven't beat anybody, and you know, Ottawa Hills, yeah, they have, but they're a real small division.
Sure.
You know, but they did beat PH, and you know, they beat Delta, so they've got a couple league wins. They were picked dead last, and you know, they're not going to be this year, so that's good. They're a better team, but you know, physically we're better. You know, we have to show up. I keep preaching to the kids, show up. Don't let one get by. Don't let, I'm using Fairview as a learning experience. Don't have a Fairview letdown.
You bet.
So, you know, I think we've had a decent week, even with the cold weather. We've gotten out. We stayed out as long as we need to get everything done, and then we'll get in and watch film. So,
yeah,
they're prepared.
It's going to be fun. A year like this one, you wish you had a couple extra games, okay? Where it was progressing and getting better, and you can see them growing. You hate the season to end with 10. You know,
when you're on a hot streak.
You really do, you know, and then it's always, then you always go back to that, oh, I wish, you know, at Fairview we win that one. What are we doing week 11? What are we doing week 12? And you never know, you know.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, it's you don't say as a coach, I told you so, or you don't rub it in the face, say, boys, this is a learning lesson.
Yeah.
This is a thing in life that if you don't give your best in everything you do, when it comes time, you could be left watching. And that's what happens, and don't ever take things for granted.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well, it's all done, but the football game, what's it going to take to win on a Friday night?
No, we got to keep. They've got running back number 5, Van Wert. He's fast. We got to pen him up, and E2 does a good job getting the ball out of his hands to the Canales kid and some others. So, we shut down Van Wert in the run game. They're going to have to go to the pass, and that plays in our hands.
Yeah.
That's the kid is fast. We just can't give him a seam. If we do, we're going to look at it 80-yard home run like Liberty last week. We had a couple, but I think that they haven't played anybody as physical as us. And our kids are playing pretty tough football right now.
Yeah, we really are. All right, that'll do it. Good luck in week number 10, Coach.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
we're talking for week number 11. How's that?
That'd be awesome.
And that'll do it for us here today. Football's next on the Q96.5 FM.